Hello and welcome back to ScreenBugs.
Oh my god. Sorry. Carry on. I got excited.
I want to introduce myself.
I got excited, I'm sorry.
My name's Justin.
And I'm Kai.
I don't know why I'm leaning in as if I'm not on microphone.
We're gonna get you.
And this is the podcast where we talk about films of all genres from all years, but there is one rule, Kai. What is that rule?
It is that we will not review a film if it doesn't have a bug in it. If the film has a bug in it, we can look at it.
That's right.
And what film are we doing this week, Justin?
Well, naturally, we're doing The Backrooms. Is it called Backrooms or The Backrooms?
I think it...
We should know this.
We should know this.
Backrooms.
It's just Backrooms. There's no the.
Yeah.
Directed by Kane Parsons. How old do you think he is, Justin?
He was 14 years old when he directed this.
You're telling me he was 6 years old when he directed this?
He was 2 years old when he directed this film, and by the time he finished it, he was 43. So it's been a long time.
It's been a long time coming. He's been working on that for a while.
There's a very loud train passing.
Very loud train. We're switching up the formats this week. We're on video.
Yeah.
So for those who are only listening, it's very weird for you because we're on video. You can see us. I hope we look exactly how you thought we'd look.
Yeah.
Very handsome.
Naturally.
But yeah, Backrooms. I mean, Kane Parsons is 20 when he directed this. I bet that
20.
makes you feel good about your life accomplishments now.
It's like, I feel like I knew there was always going to be a time where the big films getting directed were made by people younger than me, but I wasn't ready for it to happen whilst I was 22. That's what I wasn't emotionally prepared for.
It's over for us already. It's barely just begun. So yeah, this film is new. It's a horror film, and fucking hell, it's crazy. And I will just say, this is our second time recording this episode. We recorded it, and then the footage was crap. So we're going for it again. Second time's a charm, and I think that fits with the themes of the film, because the film's all about memory.
Absolutely.
And how it gets distorted over time. So
will we remember our jokes, or will we simply not be as good as we were last time?
We'll see. So what do you think of the Backrooms as a concept, Justin? Are you familiar with that at all?
Yeah, but before watching the film, I knew what it was, but I wasn't particularly familiar with it. I knew it from like games and a lot of there's sort of parodies of it, and there's different games on different platforms. So I'd seen bits of it, but I had no idea how objective or subjective the concept could be.
Yeah. I mean, it originated from like a little single page text from 4chan or fucking Reddit or something, and it's been up to interpretation from there. We don't know the original creator of that post, so everything is just what people interpret it, and some are good, some are bad. I keep up with them, and I really like some of them. I think Kane Parsons did some short films on the Backrooms before he made this.
Yeah.
I think he nails it on the head, whereas other people kind of take it as like, there's like each layer of the Backrooms is like a different theme. So like layer 1's like the office, and layer 2's like a spa, layer 3's like a fun house, and there's different like entities on each layer, and don't do this and do this and go down this corridor to end up here. And it just feels like it misses the point and the kind of allure of this vast, empty kind of space that just goes on forever. And I think the horror lies in the vagueness, I think.
Yeah, I think it being structured might detract from what's so eerie about it, that it's this sort of formless sort of mesh of objects and sort of yellows. And I think the way it was approached for this film and Kane Parsons?
Yeah, I think so. Kane
Parsons' approach is fantastic to it. I'm trying to work out if I should mention this. So obviously, the whole point of the Backrooms is it's I call it like a modern day creepypasta, and it's owned by the internet. There's no creator owner of the Backrooms, but from what I've heard, A24 has started copyrighting Backrooms material.
Yeah, this is a very recent thing, and this wasn't, funnily enough, this wasn't a thing when we first recorded the episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've started going after like Backrooms, like older Backrooms videos and stuff like that. And I think Kane Parsons himself has had to try and negotiate and be like, don't do this. Why are you doing this?
Which is, and my opinion of A24 has decreased for multiple reasons, because they were like the goats.
They have been the goats for a while.
Should we go down this pathway?
We can go down this path.
Let's do it, right?
A little tangent.
We're on a nice day in the field, we might as well. So A24, they were seen as like the goats of like upcoming filmmakers,
they were the indie, like kind of.
And they've made so much great stuff, but there are two things that have bothered me recently, right? Three things. One, they're trying to copyright a internet-owned
Thing, yeah, entity.
thing. Number two, what if they got like a new AI branch?
Yes, they've been researching into that, which is fucking
So that's
crazy.
two things they've done that are very much anti-artist. And three, I believe, from what I've heard, allegedly, they were offered the rights to distribute a film called Artificial by the director of Call Me By Your Name. I forget his name. What's he called?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
You know the guy. He made a film about OpenAI, Sam Altman and Elon Musk, and A24 put it off. They didn't want to distribute it, and I reckon it's because they've probably got ties with AI and ties with these CEOs. So I feel like A24 has gone from the ones that gas up and big up and platform new filmmakers to being anti-art. So that's my fucking hot take for the day.
Could you say that's bugging you, Justin?
That is really bugging me.
Stick to the theme. You described earlier the Backrooms as like a mesh of things, and I think that encapsulates it perfectly. And we start off with this like VHS segment, and like the shit like clipping in the walls. What did you think of this opening? Because it really struck me like off the bat, because obviously Kane Parsons' other stuff on YouTube follows that VHS format.
Yeah.
So not only is it a kind of like ode to his previous work, but it kind of chucks you right in there as well with no explanation. How did that make you feel? It
almost felt like the introduction very much felt like it's for those who may or may not have seen Kane Parsons' Backroom stuff, it's like it basically just gives you an episode of it.
Yeah.
And then uses that as the setup, like here's the concept, here's what everyone else is coming into this already having seen. Now let's hear a story surrounding this. But I thought it was very effective.
What do you think of the constant shift? Because it shifts between VHS footage a couple times in the film and actual like typical cinema. How does that? Do you like that? Do you think that works? Because not usually when a film is VHS, it sticks to the VHS look for not the VHS, but like the handheld. It sticks for it for like the whole film. Whereas this kind of backs and forths quite a bit.
Yeah, I feel like there's a found footage trope that a lot of new horror directors and younger directors go for the found footage because it's lower budget. Maybe it's easier. So I think there can be a bit of a stigma around it now. But I think just because of the fact of where Kane comes from and why the Backrooms and his version of the Backrooms had so much success is these incredibly well-made found footage shorts. I think it was good for them to incorporate that. And I think they balanced it well. I think the transitions are quite seamless.
Yeah.
And I think it did add to the horror very much so, yeah.
It really does add to the tension, because this first section, I was like, you don't see anything, like any of the horror stuff. You just kind of you can hear something behind this worker guy and he's running away from it and eventually catches him. You don't even see him die. The camera falls and you hear him, and it's this horrible gut like blood curdling scream you hear.
Yeah.
I think it just really adds it, because every time there was the handheld, I was like absolutely paranoid about what's behind the camera first or what's off screen.
Yeah.
And I think that worked really well. I think it's a good opening, and especially followed by Clark and his advert and everything like that, and the whole therapy stuff. He's great. What do you think of Clark?
Clark is he's immediately a very gripping character to follow, because he does seem so like intense and abrasive, and from his first scene, his little subtleties of who he ends up becoming throughout the film, and the performance is top tier.
I think our two main characters, Clark and Mary, are fantastic. Both
Brilliant.
of them in their own right, and for different reasons as well. I think they bounce off each other quite well. They've got quite nice dynamic. I mean, there's only like 4 or 5 characters in this film, really. So it's one of them, but they're both utterly fantastic. Both of the actors nailed it on the head.
They have the ability and the range and the charisma in their performance to be able to carry being. Basically, the entire film is for the most part following 2 people, and they
just
both
walking around. Yeah,
that's it. It's like not even every big famous actor could spend half a film just following them walking around. That takes some real ability from the writer and director, but also from these actors, and both of the main performances are like incredible.
I will say the script in this as well. There's so many really good lines in this film, even from early on with. Clark, so I am a fucking architect. There's some great one-liners in this film, I think, and it really just adds to the atmosphere.
There's the re-mentioned. What is it? I'm trying to remember the exact quote about if you ask someone who's never seen a dog to draw a dog.
If you describe a dog to someone and then ask them to draw it, they won't get things right. I think that quote, I think, encapsulates the whole film so well, because the Backrooms is all about kind of like this memory and how things get distorted the less you remember stuff, and I think it works really well. I think a terrifying concept as well. Stuff like memory loss has always really scared me.
Yeah.
I think getting old and losing my memory, because my memories, I'm not even old, I'm only like about 400, 500 years old, and my memory's like deteriorating quite a bit already. I'm very forgetful as a person. Great to have a podcast where we remember films.
Honestly, this is probably the worst thing I could be doing. My memory's shocking.
We're both just terrible. We could be describing a completely different film. And
everyone's watching this like, they've still not mentioned Pedro Pascal's cameo. But what do you think about the interpretations of the film? Like, some people say it's an allegory for AI and stuff like that. Do you believe that any of that is intended, or if not, do you think it could be perceived that way?
Obviously, there's no confirmed thing. I mean, obviously, with A24 going down this AI route, it might be quite funny if it is. But I think with how old Kane Parsons is, being only 6 months old, like, I think it could very well be underlying AI kind of like tones, especially when he's a young filmmaker. He wants to emphasize his creativity. He wants to do it in his way with a lot of practical effects. Because I mean, the set for this film was all practical. They made acres of film. All the entities were practical. Fantastic. Fantastic. So I think it is. I think there's definitely an AI message there if you look for it. I don't know whether or not it's intended. I don't know, but I think that's a very favourable interpretation.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
Kane Parsons, I believe, has spoken out quite outwardly about his dislike of generative AI, which again is going to cause interesting things when the sequel comes around. Because I think they might butt heads with
They're going to bin him off and just AI generate the whole film.
In it, you know what? It's in there. So I'm not going to go. We could make a million episodes about AI.
You want a tangent so bad. Go on, I'll let you.
Are they not making a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory reality show where they're getting Gene Wilder's AI voice to be the narrator for the show?
I hope not. That sounds awful. That sounds awful.
I think I've heard that that's happening.
There needs to be genuine, like, we had like actors strikes not long ago, and they really need to regulate this shit because it's bad.
It started with deepfakes and it just got so much worse.
It all went downhill. It went genuinely really quickly. But I think this film and a couple other films recently by young directors which emphasize creativity, I think is a really nice like sign for me. How a lot of big corporations are going to go in this AI route, yet there is these films that are doing really well at the moment. You know, you've got Obsession, you've got Backrooms, you're doing really well that are just pure love put into them. I think that's a real wake-up call for Hollywood and kind of filmmakers. But they're not going to take that message. They're going to take it as, this film's done well, let's just AI generate the next one. It's ridiculous.
I think there's a big hunger, specifically from our generation, or at least a lot of it, for authenticity. I think there's going to be a bit. I think with the next few years, my prediction is going to be some kind of like counterculture that is so clearly what audiences are desiring that it will hopefully flatten the AI curve.
I hope so. I mean, I got advertised on my LinkedIn like a job position that I was like, oh, you know, it's like you're qualified for this position.
Yeah.
And it was AI content like creator, like AI filmmaker.
I saw something like that.
I was like, don't talk to me. Don't ever talk to me again. Like, don't even look at me with that like request. Like, what you doing?
It's actually heartbreaking. It's so, and you know, this is just becoming the AI episode.
I think it fits with the film. I think we're allowed in this episode.
I think it's a suitable thing. I feel like I remember on the earlier days of generative AI, you know, a few years ago, I remember it seeming really interesting and fun. I released music. I've been a recording artist for years, and I had, when these programs started coming out and being released, before they could make anything that was really that discernible, it was sort of making just shapes and patterns that are vaguely recognisable. I used my own computer power to generate one, and I used it as a cover art for a song, thinking this is so unique.
No one's ever going to do this again. Like,
then literally 3 years later, it's like,
I mean, there's like full AI generated songs. People listen to like AI generated artists, don't they? Which is mad.
Okay, we're not.
We're not getting into that.
Yes,
we're not getting into
anyway.
that. For another week, maybe. Maybe for a short episode, we'll do like our own little AI rant. But yeah, I like the Backrooms. I always feel like the way the Backrooms, it also feels like a bit like a, you know, like a paper jam, in a printer, and like the paper kind of gets all fucked up and stuff. I always see it like that as well. I love
the
trains going past. We're outside today, and we've got like environment sounds.
I'm excited to hear after that if they are actually audible. Because I think if you can hear the trains,
that's really funny. If you can,
it's going to be really nice ambience. So.
Like nice serene background. It's a lovely sunny day for us today.
Yeah, it doesn't look outside. It, but it's because we're under some shade.
There's like bugs on me. I've got a spider on my leg.
It's very suitable. I think
we're in the money.
We're covered in creepy crawlies.
So what do you think of like? Because obviously we start off in the back rooms with Clark, and he's by himself. I'm going to jump straight to. I love the little subtle indications of the back rooms existing, like with the panel and like the switchboard at the bottom, and as well like his energy bill being really high. I think that's a really funny like plot point of that he has to pay the electricity for like the entire back rooms.
That's the thing. I feel like when it comes to putting the back rooms in a feature film, you've got to work our way to incorporate it into a movie narrative. And like, how do we get our guy to find the back rooms?
Yeah, what
massive energy bill. And honestly, super relatable to the modern day.
It's great. And then obviously, I mean, what do you think of Clark's first like proper venture into the back rooms? Because I was like, I knew it was coming. You've seen the trailers, if you know anything about the back rooms, but I was like edge of my seat already. And this is like the first venture into it. And he's like walking around, and we see this vast, scary kind of environment. I think it looks fantastic. And I was really, especially the bit with the caveman cut out with the scent, and it's just there like at the back in the silhouette.
I love the cavemen.
I love the horror of this film. I like how I guess bar the last 15 minutes, it's a very subtle looming horror.
It takes its
rather
time,
than like an in-your-face horror. I appreciate that.
Another benefit from Clark, I don't know how to pronounce the name of the actor. Chiwetel.
Close enough.
You know what? Either way. It's a compliment, so I'll forgive myself for mispronouncing. He's so expressive. So even if there's like a long stretch of like no dialogue where you're just watching him go through it, his face says so much.
He's a really expressive guy. I think that adds to it so much, because it's hard to, I guess when you're acting, it's hard to be expressive and there's no dialogue. You just have to kind of react to things, and especially when you're reacting to just something you don't comprehend or something that's it. It's otherworldly.
It's not simply like he's not playing sad. He's not playing angry. When he's playing angry at certain points, it's great. But he's playing curious, confused, like slightly intimidated, like very subtle mix of emotions that isn't easy to play. And then to play it perfectly is a whole... And that's why he's the star of the Backrooms, obviously.
He's Clark Backrooms, you know. He's so good in this.
Yeah.
I love the slow tension build when he's in there, and he's got the caveman, and the caveman gets destroyed by something, and we do see it at the end, but we don't see this entity that's in the back rooms until the last 50 minutes. Yet it is already scary.
It's masterfully done. I mean, here's the thing. I've heard opinions from people that are both, I love the film until the monster, and I love the film from the monster. Where do you fall on that scale?
I mean, I liked the whole film throughout. I was weeks after this film still thinking about it, still like mulling over scenes in my head.
Yeah.
I liked all of it. I think the monster design is so different and so unique, and there's something not, for a lot of them, not inherently scary, but it's the whole fear about something's not right.
It's the uncanny.
Yeah, it's the uncanny, and I think that works. It's not like, big oogly boogly man. It's like there's this creature, and he just doesn't look right, and he's there, and he's, you know, and he knows where you are, and you don't know where you are. I think there's a lot of horror in it. I like the creatures.
I'm very glad because they could have not shown anything, and I feel like that would have left something missing for me.
Yeah.
And they could have overdone it and also ruined the suspenseful just mastery of the rest of this film. I think they hit the balance pretty perfectly, and I'm so glad they went practical instead of having like some kind of CGI.
Yeah, I mean because I've seen behind the scenes photos. I mean, we could talk about Captain Clark for a bit because there's spoilers in this.
You've all seen it, and if you haven't, what you doing here, lad?
Go watch it, come back. Like, Captain Clark's so cool as an entity, I think, and especially seeing behind the scenes, because obviously he is a practical suit. they CGI'd it as well. I think they put CGI over it in the end.
Yeah.
But he's a practical. I think he works so well because there's something just so off about him, and I couldn't like before that reveal of him, I couldn't predict that that's what it was going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I couldn't predict that it was going to be Clark and like Clark's alter.
Because even when it's the character called Marie.
Mary.
Why did I think Marie?
Marie.
When Mary goes in and finds Clark and he says, "Don't worry, it's just me," or whatever it was he said. When I first watched it, I don't think I really processed that line.
I didn't know. I was like, oh, he's just talking about himself because he's lost his mind a bit. But
yeah, that's it. But then it's literally, so in hindsight, when you rewatch it a second time, the way he says it and looks at her again, it's just...
Well, you did rewatch it a second time, didn't you? I've only seen it the once in cinemas. You've seen it twice. There's things you picked up differently the second time. Like, what changed the second time?
Yeah, well, I think you can see the streak of insanity much... Because you always knew he was a bit unhinged, but in the second watch, like, the character... I think what it is in the first watch, some of the character shifts in Clark felt a bit more jagged, which I didn't dislike at the time.
Yeah.
But rewatching it and it feeling a lot smoother and intentional just makes it all the more enjoyable to watch and all the more impressive.
I think what people didn't pick up on as well is there's a lot of passage of time in this film that they don't explicitly tell you about. It just happens, and which I think works. I think that's intentional. I think because of the way time works in this film and how things mesh together and time seems weird in the Backrooms. I think it works. But like you've got Clark going into the Backrooms for the first time, and the next time he's talking about it, he's got this map and it's evident that he's been there. And then by the time Mary goes in the Backrooms, like there's like eviction notices piling up and stuff. So I think the changes in Clark seem jarring if you don't realise time has passed. If you realise that time has passed, it seems a little bit more plausible.
Yeah, I think they used it as a tool to impact the mindset you're in watching it. Between obviously the first and second time we see him go into the Backrooms, a lot of times past and he's been in there a lot. As well, some ambiguous amount of time that we can assume is a lot. And I think they used that to throw you off to sort of, I guess, shake up the audience, to put them in the mindset of, to almost replicate Clark's mindset of being a bit all over the place, I think. I think
that seems to be the option there. What do we think of when Clark goes into the Backrooms with, I think it's Kat, his shop assistant, and her boyfriend? What do you think of that delve into the Backrooms? Because that's very tense. This is like the second time we get to see it properly and shit kind of gets real. Yeah. And obviously Kat and the other guy whose name I forgot, they die. Really.
I think they just cannon fodder. I think they're meant to like represent, here's the danger of the Backrooms.
Yeah, we can't kill off Clark.
Yeah. So they're not there for long. But at the same time, as much as it's very clear what their function is, it's not like sloppy either. Like they set their personalities up well, and it is quite grueling when you see the guy whose name we forgot get dragged down.
I don't think it's on the list on Google. I remember looking at this. Yeah. It's great because he's got the camera. He's by himself. He's far away, and then we see like these piles of clothes, and we see his like t-shirt in the pile, and we see some like I don't know if you know, there's like limbs and stuff in the piles as well, and like a dead hazmat guy on the floor,
and the head of that bloody caveman that terrified me.
I don't know why the caveman's so terrifying. He's just a caveman.
It was only scary there because you go down and it's quite dark and you see what looks like a head popping out of the pile. That's what scared me.
I think the horror works because it's dark, but because we're seeing what he's seeing, you're kind of like scanning the environment for shit as well, so you notice like little like stuff.
Again, it's why the VHS stuff works so well, because it's like a POV shot. It's treated like a POV shot, isn't it? So that's why it works so well.
I love that whole section, and then obviously that he dies. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Random camera guy whose name I forgot. Clark picks up the camera, and the fucking scene with the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah,
that scared the life out of me. He enters the room with the Christmas tree, and there's like that little guy with the lamp on the chair.
Well, that's another thing. I
love him.
We can't, because all the other like sort of. Is there a name for those creatures? They're remembered.
So people call them still life.
Still life
seems to be the agreed upon name.
I don't know where the remembered came from, but it sounds sick.
It's no official name. People call it still life. I think there's a song in the film called that, and people are like, that's what they're called.
So the still lives, you can sort of. I've heard theories for who two of them are, but not the lamp guy.
I think so. So my theory is the lamp guy is the guy. There's a bug flying around us.
Yeah.
Wow. The other guy that we see. What's the corporation called? What's the company called? Do you remember?
No.
The guy from Creep, the film. The guy from Creep.
Yeah.
The scientisty guy. I think it's him.
Right.
Personally, but I don't think that's confirmed. I just think they've got similar face shapes. That's my theory. But yeah, I don't know who the lamp guy is. I love him. He's got a name, apparently. People have dubbed him. People have dubbed him Archibald Leyland Shutter is apparently his given name.
What an exquisite name.
I don't think that's his actual name, but I don't know. Yeah. But that's his given name, and I love it. I love him for that. He's in his little seat with his lamp.
No, there's still life for Disturb, but I'm sure I'll go see if you agree. The most memorable scene of the entire film is that dinner table scene in the back rooms.
I think that's my favourite scene of the film. That's where it hits its height, because you got Mary venturing into the back rooms, which is where we get our bug of the film. I can't believe that as well. She's a fly going the wall. That was unscripted originally. Apparently there was just a fly on set. They do it for us. I tell you, they're like, oh shit, we've got to put a bug in this so the ScreenBugs boys can look at it.
ScreenBugs can watch it. I do wonder what they would have, because obviously I assume they just saw it happen and rolled with it, but I'm trying to work out how they would have navigated that scene without the fly, because it became quite important.
I love doing that with films, because sometimes like they talk about, oh, this bit was improvised or this bit didn't happen, and then sometimes you think about it and it's like, yeah, what would they've done otherwise though? What was the original plan? Tell me sometimes companies are just full of shit and it's PR to be like, oh, look how spontaneous our film is, but I don't know what they would have done. Maybe they had some like random guy go, oh, what's that about? Some random like 50-year-old British bloke, he goes, what's that? Mary, look over there.
I've got some grass in mouth.
Is he saying that or are you saying
that? That's me saying
that. That's you saying
I'm allergic to grass.
Stop eating it, pal.
I just get hungry on recording. But it's interesting how like, it's quite minor here, but the idea of how improvisation and also random spontaneous events like a fly on set can make actual significant changes or additions to a film. We could probably get a whole episode about that.
I think as a filmmaker, you've got to be ready to adapt for spontaneity, because sometimes like your actors or something happens where you do something. I'm sure you can attest where you've had someone do something differently to how you imagined, and you go, oh, I like that more. Let's do that instead. Yeah. Like you've got to have that. I think that worked here a lot, because the fly going in the wall is such a great little bit, and it's a really minor bit.
I can't imagine a scene.
Hang on, do you think that fly has its own still life now that it's in the back rooms? Do you think there's
so does.
Do you think he's like, and he's got like an extra wing or something? He's like flying.
They should get a Venus flytrap in the back rooms, Nick. Oh, imagine like a distorted, like remembered still life of a Venus flytrap. That would be creepy. Oh my!
I feel like the potential for still life now that it's been set up is so limitless.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine being in like the back rooms and there's like this like fucking like tiger or something, and he's like standing up on two legs or something?
Oh.
You know? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's really cool.
You know, I feel like that should we talk about what the sequel might be? Because they are producing a sequel, I believe.
See, my thing for a sequel is hard, because what do you do differently? Because a lot of this, and I'm glad they don't do it too many times, but a good couple scenes of this film is character enters Backrooms and then they are like, oh my God, where am I? There's only so many times you can do that. And I think the fact that they did it, about 3 times already in this film, I feel like you've got to treat your audience like they've seen the first film. You can't just have it be like, oh, what's going on?
Also, I feel like they need to follow new characters. I feel like it would have to be more of an anthology with the concept rather than a sequel.
Have it somewhere else. Have it set somewhere, like, don't have it set near
Put it in England.
Film. Put it in England, put us in it.
Go to the 60s and send the Beatles to the back rooms.
Make it a big Tesco. Put it in there.
That would be sick.
You know, get it like a supermarket or something. I think
like a B&M or something, one of them big B&Ms.
Like big bit. That already feels like the back rooms. I went to, and obviously we're British, but I've only been to Costco once. I know it's a big common thing in America. That felt like the back rooms.
It does feel like the back rooms.
I was really scared of Costco being in there. I felt really uncomfortable in there. Like, it's so big and grand. That's probably the closest I felt to being in the back room.
I think there's some real potential I reckon you put a bunch of Scousers in the back rooms. See
They're
what
sorting out
happens.
so quickly. I love all the a lot of fan art around the Backrooms. My favourite one so far is the Backrooms in like different periods of time, and like taking it back to like ancient like Greece and that, and having the Minotaur,
The Odyssey in the Backrooms.
No, having the story of the Minotaur be that the Minotaurs are still life in the Backrooms, and that's the maze. Backrooms is the maze, and yeah, I love shit like that. I think the fan community has done some really cool stuff.
It is a concept that really could be reinvented forever, which gives me hope that if they are going to start making like multiple films, as long as they're inventive and do things like maybe do it in like a period.
Well, I like the whole with the fact that the fan community's come together on this and done some really cool stuff. Really like shows, because obviously this Backrooms film started out of Kane Parsons doing fan works, so I think it's a really nice kind of cycle of creativity that we're seeing.
Maybe it could be a thing where, you know, maybe there's still Backrooms films being made in 10, 20 years, but it's like a fan of Kane.
Should we make one?
Should we make a
big,
Backrooms
big like
film?
spa, doing like a spa,
Oh,
like a hotel spa.
There's one Backrooms, a feature-length Backrooms film that was made before Kane Parsons one, which technically, because it's based on a creepypasta, it's just as legit of a
film as the full length, as in like full like hour and
it's just some guy in his house.
Really?
It's the one actor in his house, and he's like walks into his kitchen. He's like, "We're in the Backrooms," and it's not the Backrooms, but it's absolutely exquisite.
Should we make a Backrooms fan film, put Bug in it, and then we can talk about it on our own podcast?
Should we make a 5-hour audio drama series of the Backrooms?
And it's silence of just people walking around, like there's no dialogue.
Footsteps for 5 hours. Then,
oh my god, look at that!
Okay, let us know if you want to hear that in for the next episode.
Send us hate mail if you don't.
Please send us hate mail, please.
Should we talk about the dinner sequence? I feel like that's our standout sequence, and I think that sequence onwards is where the film like kicks off.
Yeah.
And I know it's like the last like 50 minutes, but I was edge of my seat, gripping, like teeth gritted, like edge of my seat, because the dialogue is amazing. Like Clark is so good here. I love there's so many good one-liners here. I love the you can eat them.
And the best part.
What do you think they taste like? He goes to the still life and he rips it open, he starts eating it. What do you think that tastes like?
I imagine him tasting like cottage cheese.
I'm thinking coconut.
Coconut?
You know, like a coconut, kind of looks like that. You know, like coconut products, and it kind of looks like that fluffy kind
I
of
feel like it's got to be some like umami shit. Like, I feel it's got to taste like very like fungal.
A fungal taste.
I just can't imagine it having like a strong taste.
What, like a kind of like, you know when you have like unseasoned like tofu and it's kind of like that kind
I've
of
never had that, but yes, exactly.
Yeah, like that, maybe like a tofu.
I feel like it's going to be quite tofu.
Is it a vegan or not?
Well, that's interesting.
Where do we put them on the sentient scale? Like, are they humans? Do they count as meat? Because like,
well, it seems to me that they some of them are more sentient than others, but they feel no pain.
I mean, that's the, you know, you've got like Captain Clark, who is very sentient, and the ginger woman who is, and my good man Archibald Leyland Shutter. But then you've got the other guy, the bearded guy, who kind of just sits there.
Yeah, I don't think he feels anything.
Yeah, I think maybe it's to do with the person it's based off and their kind of personality, because people reckon that because Clark is such an angry person, that his still life is angry because of him, and it's kind of his personality reflected.
Well, okay, so would it be ethical for listen to this, would it be ethical for a vegan, if they are a vegan, it wouldn't be immoral to eat a part of your own body because it's you doing it and you're consenting, right? That's your body. It's
Are you talking about like real people? Like, can you cannibalize yourself as a vegan?
Like, if a vegan wants to eat their own arm, it wouldn't be immoral, right? Because they're choosing to do that, right? So if you put a vegan in the Backrooms, there's like unlimited remembered versions of themselves. Could they just live off eating themselves? And would that be ethical?
The business policy, you know, possibilities for the Backrooms. Clark could have started taking furniture and selling it. He could have started like taking.
He really did blunder the old opportunity. He's often have taken him back if he was a billionaire of unlimited factory space to rent out.
Think of the exploitation.
Think of the exploitation. Can we please bring back crony capitalism? Please.
But that dinner sequence is fantastic. Edge of my seat. I love Mary, because Mary's a great character. I love the personality we get, because we get a lot of Mary's story through flashbacks, as well of her and her mother. Yeah. And that, and I love her character, and I love how different she is to Clark, and I love the moment when she finally snaps at Clark. I love the line. It's you always blame your brain. You are your fucking brain. Like, I love that line. It's so telling, and it's great.
It is very well written. I keep swifting away from what the film is, but it makes me curious about the fact that the next film's going to have a different writer, because I think the writing was very good.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was going to have a different
They're
writer.
changing the writer. But maybe that's just for the sake of being somewhere different.
To be fair for the Backrooms, it's such a simple and vague concept that you don't need...
It's a bug on a lens.
Is there a bug on the lens?
No, it's just on the outskirts.
On the outskirts, I see.
It's a tiny little guy.
I thought you were just completely losing your mind then. Like,
anyway, yeah.
I think anyone can be a writer for it. Anyone can do it. Like the source material's a page. It would be a hard thing to fuck up, I think, in my opinion. I mean, sure, I'm sure they could, but, especially the AI involved. But if Kane Parsons directed, I don't think they will.
I think it'll probably be okay. But I think, so that scene's amazing. The back and forth is perfect.
Captain Clark's reveal genuinely almost made me piss myself.
The best moment of the film.
I treated myself to like a half litre of Pepsi before, and I drank it all by like the halfway point. So I needed the toilet at this point. By the time Captain Clark came out, genuinely almost pissed myself because I was terrified because I wasn't expecting it. I couldn't predict what it was going to look like. And I see this so like primal fear because it's like thing that doesn't look right. It's terrifying.
It was amazing. And it just the moment, the moment that always is burned into my brain is when he picks him up and just very slowly takes a chunk out of his shoulder.
I thought he was going to give him a little cuddle.
I thought he was just going to like examine him like his child or something, but no.
I thought he was going to give him a little cuddle.
Bro was just hungry, and he was like admiring his food before he ate
Clark's face then is terrifying when he screams as well.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, I think I was in the cinema. I was like, oh my God, he's eating him.
It's horrible. I had like a, what's the word?
You got it.
I had a...
You can do it.
I had
this.
Visceral reaction.
There we go. We got it in the end.
That's it. Yeah, that was an intense moment. Then I bit my tongue really bad.
You're struggling today.
I'm struggling. The chase from that point is just edge of your seat.
Because Mary is like fucking scrambling. Like when she shuts the door and he starts busting the door and she's got to get up the stairs. I was literally like, if I wasn't in cinemas, I think I would have been yelling at my screen, being like, go, run, move. Because, my God.
So, and just the exploration of the sets from that point. There's that huge set piece that's only used for like that one tiny scene.
Oh, the big chasm.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Amazing.
And then she ends up in the Clark's store approximation, which I think was great. God, that whole chase sequence when Captain Clark kind of moves like this like toddler. I really like that he moves like someone who doesn't know how to move. I really love that like subtle kind of like performance aspect of it. And he's just following it, and he looks really like scary, but he doesn't look like, he's not like rah, he's just kind of moving towards it.
He almost looks scared and desperate. It's like instinctual, it's like primal.
Yeah, like, I think primal's a great way to describe it.
And it's this creature's only existed since he went into the Backrooms.
Yeah, I don't think he would have. I don't know how it worked, but yeah, I'm guessing it's only people who go in. But yeah, and when he's on top of it.
Maybe it's not. No,
maybe they all just exist.
Remembering people, so.
Maybe it's how.
How old is Captain Clark? That's a whole other topic, isn't it?
Maybe he's been there a while. Who knows? I reckon that as a concept and exploring it as a concept, there's so much you can do with it.
Yeah.
But what do you think of? I just love the bit when Mary escapes Captain Clark and he's kind of reaching for it, and she looks at him with such terror. And there's a really subtle thing as her terror morphs to like pity. I love that aspect of her performance. And then what do you think of the ending? What do you think of that kind of like last little sequence? Because obviously Mary ends up in this facility. We learn a bit more about this corporation, and then we get a little montage of stuff in the back rooms. You see the missing posters and the lampposts. Some great visuals. Visually, fantastic film.
Amazing.
What do you think of this ending? Because like that last shot of Mary still alive really freaked me out.
It's very disturbing, and it's definitely put you in a appropriate tone to walk out of the theatre.
Yeah.
I think the ending, admittedly, left me wanting a little bit more, but I also don't necessarily think that's a bad thing either.
No, the film's biggest downfall is sadly I think it should have been longer, so I get more of it.
I think it should have been longer, which is a big compliment for a film that's basically just some people walking in some rooms.
They did a hell of a lot.
But I it left me hungry. I feel like I kind of wanted to see the aftermath a bit more.
Yeah.
But I understand why it ended where it did.
I love the implication. I love it lets you sit with it. Sometimes in a film, I think an ambiguous ending really works, and because it gets you thinking about it. It lets you gives you something to. I love it when a film gives you something to take home.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
we've spoken before outside of recordings. We've spoken before about how a lot of filmmakers will try to pull off an ambiguous ending and fail too dramatically.
Yeah, you got to earn it.
You've not earned it. Like I don't know the names of films, so I'm not gonna start shitting on films I can't even name. But if I knew the name, I would name it. But I've seen films in the last couple of years that will end ambiguously, and it's like, but what are you giving me to digest here?
I remember watching a film and it ended around like what should have been like the halfway point, and I was like, oh, is that it? That's terrible. It's going to bother me. I can't remember the film, but I remember watching it. It's probably some action film.
The new Spielberg film.
Or does it end like that?
Is it called
Disclosure Day?
Disclosure Day. I feel like it didn't end its ambiguous ending. I think it probably needed another act.
Oh, really?
Well, that's my... It's not got bugs in it, so we won't cover it, but...
I appreciate that we're shitting on Steven Spielberg. Move along, Spielberg.
Move
along, Spielberg. Kane Parsons, 8-year-old he's making his name.
Shit up, bro. But yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like it earned its ambiguous ending because it gives you enough to... There's enough substance within the film and enough of a story arc.
I remember one of the things, people's reactions afterwards really made me laugh. A lot of people thought that Mary had been turned into a still life. And
I saw a tweet about that today, and people in the comments were like, "You fucking dumbass! Did you not watch the film?"
It's crazy. Oh, what an ending! And now that we've got to the end, I think it's that time of the episode where we give it legs. For those who have not watched before, we give the film a rating. At the end, very simple 1 to 100 rating, but because we're bug themed, we like to give it legs. 0 legs, we hated it. 100 legs, we loved it. Do you want to go first, Justin, or shall I go first? How do you want to play this?
I'll go first.
Go on, go crazy.
Yeah, no, I think it is nothing short of a masterful feature film directorial debut. Yep. Very impressive, and it's earned its success. I think it's taken an owned concept, and it wasn't too indulgent, but it wasn't too safe either. So I just think Kane Parsons is a natural, and I think he smashed out of the park. Visually, it's stunning. I don't know how involved he was in the writing, but the writing is great in this film. The performances, again, it takes a certain calibre of actor to be able to carry a film where half the film's just you walking around some place. So I think I found myself finding very little to complain about, other than perhaps the production company itself, based on things that I will say are alleged. But yeah, no, I think it was very good. It's not going to be my favourite film this year. I wouldn't even say it's going to be in my top 3 or 5. I think it's a very good film.
Yeah.
And I would not be mad if they did make a sequel, and I would be sat down based on the quality of this film.
Yeah.
So I feel like, at the least, I've got to give this 85 legs.
That's a good one. I feel very similar to you. I think Kane Parsons, for a first feature-length film, ridiculously smashed it. And it's not even like, oh, he did really well. He did phenomenally.
And not just well for a 20-year-old, not just well for a debut feature filmmaker. It's
just a good film. It's just a well put together film. Yeah. The atmosphere is unreal. It had me feeling things in the cinema that I've not felt in a film in a while. Like, I know that sounds really weird, actually.
Yeah.
Like this level of fear. And I've seen horror films in cinemas, you know, we've got Obsession, Evil Dead I've seen recently. Very good, very like, oh God, oh my God, ooh, that's gross. But Backrooms left me with like a primal, deep-seated, like uncomfortable fear, which I think was captured well by the atmosphere, the creature design, the set design. All these elements came together to make this really good horror film. And it's only a 15.
Is it?
It's a 15 in UK 15. So they've pulled off some crazy shit for that age rating.
Yeah, they've really done as much as they physically could
like,
with that.
Like the soundtrack was great. I love the synths in the soundtrack. It was great. I was captivated by this film. I think I will be sat down for the sequel. Yeah. I'll be there. I know you said it's not your favorite. I think this will be one of my favorite films this year. I think I've been to the cinema quite a few times, probably not as much as you, Mr. Cinema Man.
I love the cinema.
But I think it's up there for this year. I was blown away by this, and I've been thinking about it non-stop since I've seen it. And mind you, we're recording this a couple months afterwards now. I can't wait for a physical release because I will be getting that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a comfortable 87. I think.
That feels good.
I think we come to a nice agreement on that, which is nice.
What did we rate the last film, Mario?
I don't remember. It's been a couple months.
I thought it was probably like 10 points lower.
I think it's similar. Maybe a bit higher than Mario, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of filmmaking.
But yes.
On that note, Justin, I think it's you should buzz off. I think I'm gonna as well. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, piss off, lad.
Yeah, all right. Oh, that's not the catchphrase.
Now, between me and you can contact us at screenbugspodcast@gmail.com, and we're on some other social medias too. Search ScreenBugs, you'll find us. I can't remember the
ScreenBugs
exact
podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Now buzz off.